Hi, it's Mary from thelightwithinwellness.com, and today I want to talk to you about this little thing called fear. I don't know if you know, but I used to be scared to death of dogs. Terrified. Anyone who knew me would know that if I was coming to their house, that their dog, if they had one, had to be tied up, away from me in another room, whatever, just not near me, because I would freeze and I would cry. And even if the friendliest dog came up to me, I'm not sure where this fear came from, because we always grew up in a farm, we always had dogs, but they were outside. They weren't indoor dogs and pets. They were working dogs. But I had this huge, gigantic fear that even if I was walking down the street and I saw a dog coming, even on leash, on the opposite side, I would either turn around or be really, really scared to walk by. Now, that dog wasn't going to do anything to me, but I had that reaction so strong, so much fear in my body. And now I have a dog, and I take my friend's dog, that's a German Shepherd, by myself, overnights with my dog. So my life with that fear has changed. And here's how I changed it. Everyone's so shocked that I actually went from that person, those person that know of that's really scared, to this person that loves dogs. Now, am I 100% comfortable with dogs I don't know? No. But am I 100% comfortable with my dog? Absolutely. So here's what I did. And it was not easy. I'm not going to say it was an easy process. I'm not going to say it happened overnight. It took time, it took commitment. The first step for fear, the first step was I decided I didn't want to have that fear anymore. I made a commitment. I decided I did not want to fear dogs. First of all, my husband wanted a dog, and I didn't want him to deny him that because of my fear. So I decided I didn't want that fear. Two, that I decided that I wanted to overcome the fear. Wasn't quite sure how. And here's how I did it. You need to be tuned into the body, tuned into yourself, connected to you, and know where in the body you feel the fear. Know what are you thinking in that moment where you feel that fear. What are you thinking? What's going on in your mind? What is the reaction? What are you telling yourself in that moment? So what I discovered was, so my body would really tighten up, like from my whole body, from my lower belly, my shoulders, my jaw, my whole body tightened up. What I was telling myself when I tuned in was, the dog's going to get me. The dog's going to get me. I had that, like, it's going to get me, it's going to attack me, it's going to do something to me, and I was afraid. So to start to overcome it, as I said, I decided I didn't want to be that way anymore. I wanted to overcome it, so I made a commitment. So what I did was, when I would see a dog coming, as long as it was on leash, and the fear kicked in automatically, I would breathe. I would be there. I'd stay there. I wouldn't walk by. I wouldn't move. I let them walk by me. I would soften my body as much as I could in that moment. And I'd tell myself, right now, in this moment, I'm safe. Right now, in this moment, that dog is not even near me. And I kept practicing that. Then I started walking around my street and would stand out across the street, across the yard, from dogs that were barking all the time. Like they were in their yard, they were fenced in. But then in my mind, I was like, what if they jump over the fence? What if they come after me? So what I did with that was I stood across the street where I could be away. And I would, again, tune into my body, soften my body. Where in my body do I feel it? And soften that. What am I telling myself? Switch it to, I am safe right now. I am safe right now. Now, sometimes I could only stand there for 30 seconds. I worked this. I practiced this. This was not an overnight practice. This was a big deal. And this took time. But I kept practicing it because I wanted to overcome it. That was my commitment. So over time, I stood outside those yards longer. Then I stayed closer to the yard. I wasn't terrifying the dog. A lot of those dogs are super friendly. They weren't barking because they felt threatened by me. They were just barking to say hi. But to me, I was like, oh God, they're going to eat me. So I worked it and I practiced it. And anytime I went into that fear, I stopped myself. I was tuned into me, tuned into my body. I would soften my body, relax my body, and then switch to what I was telling myself in my brain. You can use that process with any fear. I use this with my coaching clients all the time. You can use that with any fear you have, whether it's a fear of, because fear is absence of trust, which means we don't trust. So it doesn't mean you're going to put yourself in scary situations and that you're going to, in dangerous situations. You can remove yourself in dangerous situations. But if it's a fear like I had with dogs, it's all in my head. All in my head. Now, are there dogs that can attack? Yes, of course. 90% of the dogs are friendly, and 90% of them are in their yard or on leash that I would go by and still feel fear. So I started to use that with other things, not just dogs, but other areas of fear in my life. So I encourage you this week to start practicing that. Decide that you want to overcome whatever fear you have or not be that way anymore. Make a commitment that you're going to practice releasing that fear on a daily basis. Yeah, daily basis, consistently. And then be so tuned into your body. Notice where in your body you feel it, and notice what you're telling yourself in that moment of fear, and switch it to convincing yourself, I am safe right now, in this moment. Bring yourself to mindfulness. In this moment, I'm safe, I'm healthy, all is well. Whatever you want to say that helps you in that moment not be terrified or not be in fear. All right? So that's my process. Decide. Make a commitment. You're going to do it. You're going to practice. Be tuned into your body. Know where in the body you are feeling this, and relax the body. Notice what's going on in your head and your mind, what you're telling yourself, and switch. Switch the thoughts. That's my 5-step of overcoming your fear. All right. Hope this helps you. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it helped. Feel free to share, because there's so much fear in this world. The more we can overcome our fears, the more powerful we become, and the better the world. All right, have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.